Hello and welcome to your Tough Runner UK race guide. We thank you for choosing Tough Runner UK for this event, and it is our pleasure to host you. My name is Sharon, I'm one of the event coordinators at Tough Runner, and I'll be taking you through some of the need to know information to give you the very best event day experience that you can have. Tough Runner UK is committed to providing the best support for security, safety, medical and more. The location for this event is a safe and hospitable venue, and this race is a fantastic way to showcase its scenery as a whole on the international stage. Your success is our success, and it is an honour to host you, and we will do our best to provide you with an excellent experience during your stay. We hope you take away beautiful memories of this lovely woodland and friendly atmosphere. It's our goal to ensure that you have the best possible experience, and the information contained in this video guide will help you fully understand your responsibilities to get the best experience. Please be sure to watch carefully so that you're well prepared. Our team have invested a great deal of time and effort to develop a course that is safe, fair and challenging for all abilities, ranging from beginner to experienced athlete. When you receive your race number, this is for you as an individual. Swapping numbers is strictly forbidden and something we take very seriously for the following reasons. It invalidates your event insurance, it endangers life as incorrect medical details will be on file, and the wrong next of kin could be notified should there be an incident on course. Please make sure that you complete the emergency contact details on the back of your race number. And finally, please make us aware of any medical conditions and if you require any special medication. These points are vital as we need to be able to give you the best treatment if anything was to go wrong whilst with us at the event. At Tough Runner UK, you can register your place with us on the morning of the event in our registration hub. Bring some ID with you and preferably confirmation of your purchase place for the event. Our friendly team will locate your number and inform you of everything you will need to start your race day. Please make sure you have your number visible on the front of your clothing at all times in case we need to identify you during the event. More details of specific registration tents can be found in the details sent out to you via the event's Facebook page, on social media or via email, usually 1 week prior to the event date. The race route and race information is available to view on our website. Make sure you leave plenty of time to prepare adequately for the event, bearing in mind that trail running is more taxing on the body than road running, so uses more muscle groups and is therefore a little more energy consuming. Please ensure you dress and prepare adequately according to weather conditions and carry extra clothing you may need. Please wear the appropriate footwear to suit the terrain. Friends and or family members are not permitted to cross the finish line or enter the finish chute with participating athletes. This policy will allow each competitor adequate time to celebrate their accomplishment without interfering with other finishers and ensure the safety of all athletes, volunteers and fans. Athletes who choose not to respect the policy will receive an automatic disqualification. The sole responsibility of knowing and following the prescribed running course rests with each athlete. No adjustments in times or results should be made for athletes who fail to follow the proper course for any reason whatsoever. Selfie sticks are banned from this event and cannot be used at any time. We do highly advise that you do not wear headphones for any of our races so that you can hear Marshall's instructions out on the course and, of course, enjoy the atmosphere of the race. Please be friendly to the crew, race officials, fellow competitors and spectators. The volunteers work hard and have given up their time to give you an amazing race experience. Our photographers will travel along on the race. They will take photos and videos of you and other athletes, even when you're exhausted. You may not like it then, but trust us, the photos will be cool and you will love having them afterwards. You don't need to acknowledge the photographers, just let them do their job. Athletes must wear their issued bib number in front, clearly visible at all times on the course. Bib numbers identify the official athletes in the race. Folding, cutting the bib number, intentional alteration of any kind, or failure to wear race number is strictly prohibited and may result in disqualification. Athletes are expected to follow the directions and instructions of all race officials and public authorities. Please note the race has a no dogs policy for the race. Our insurance does not cover our event for the inclusion of dogs, animals on the race route as part of the race. Navigation skills are not required. The course will be fully signposted. Marshals and first aid will cover all major checkpoints. This is a trail race. You as a runner are responsible for following signs. The course will have a lead and a sweep bike. Finishers' medals will be given out at the finish line. We operate a strict littering policy. If you can carry your gels and bars when they are full, you can carry them when they're empty. Please only dispose of litter in the dedicated trash zones. Anybody not following these guidelines will be disqualified. Spikes are not permitted as you will damage or break the timing mats. We will have a medical crew and race marshals appointed by the organisers to support you along your event day. They are permitted to ask you to retire from the race should they think that you are at risk due to an illness or an injury. The medical team will have a hub at the start and finish area, but they'll also be out on the route. If for any reason you can't finish the race, please see a marshal or a member of our first aid team. And please be mindful that our first aid team do not offer a taxi service to the finish line. They are only to be used for medical emergencies. If you do decide to pull out of the race at any point, you must let the officials know that you are accounted for. Some of our races have an expected cut-off time, and this will be included in the race guide. In some instances, runners may be asked to do the lesser distance than they signed up for. It's important that you arrive on race day healthy, fit and prepared. Prepare yourself mentally as well as physically prior to race day. Thoroughly review the race website and pre-race communication to familiarise yourself with the course. From all of us at Tough Runner UK, we hope you really enjoy the race and we look forward to seeing you at the start line.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to outline some extra guidelines regarding this upcoming event. Now, Sharon's video is very informative and everything still applies, yet there are some differences to this event because that video was prior to COVID-19. So, some of the differences I'm going to outlay for you now in this video, and some things you will see and some things you have to adhere to just to make sure everybody stays as safe as possible. Now, the first thing you will note is that when you arrive, you will be greeted by marshals, and the marshals obviously have to take as much precaution as possible. Therefore, Cornbury Park does have a £5 payment for parking on the day, but what will happen is the marshals will have a bucket where you can put your money in, so there's no cross-contamination with the change. So please bring a £5 note if possible. Then once you arrive, you will be guided to the car park. Now the car park is right next to the hub area, so everything is pretty close, although Cornbury Park is a huge place, so there's plenty of room for social distancing, which we have to do our best to adhere to. So what you will find is when you arrive at the car park, you will then have to go over to the registration tent. Now again, everybody should be arriving shortly before their wave time. So you will collect your race number if you didn't receive it in the post from the registration tent. Now one thing you have to take note of is you have to make sure you know your race number prior to getting to the registration tent. Now this has all been emailed out to you. If you're not sure of your race number, please check on the website because it currently says your race number on there. Now, the reason for this is because it speeds up the registration process much quicker and it will prevent any queuing at all. So please check out your race number prior to coming to the event and that will help hugely. Now, another thing to be aware of is the hand sanitizing stations. So there'll be hand sanitizing stations all throughout the event. So the start line, the finish line, the registration tent, the toilet. So please, wherever you can, you have to sanitize your hands. We have to protect each other. So the other thing that you will notice is face masks. Now, we will encourage you to wear face masks as much as possible. This is something that is not mandatory during the race, because obviously it's difficult to breathe with a face mask on if you're running. So what we will say is please try and wear a race mask anywhere around the hub area, or when you're not racing, and when you start your race, you can take your race mask off and off you go, okay? So another thing then, what you'll find is you'll move into the pen. So what will happen is you'll all have your allocated race time slots, and you'll move into your pens, and please keep as much social distance as possible. This is laid out in a specific type of way that is not not crammed. There's plenty of space for enough social distancing. So please be aware, there's no need to push up to the start line. There's plenty of time to start, okay? So how it will start is every time a wave goes into the pen, they will all filter through a funnel down to a start line, okay? So there'll be a queue of people in a start line, 2 meters distance, please, and you'll start to an interval 10-second beep. So what will happen is 2 people will start every 10 seconds, okay? So then that will then filter through over the wave. And once you finish the race, what you will find is that there will be marshals en route, etc. And you'll find some things that are different. So one of the things that will be different is the water stations. Now, usually you have a lot of marshals handing out waters, etc. But obviously we don't want that. So what they'll be doing is they'll be filling up the tables, and the tables will be there with the waters for you to collect as you run past. Now, when you're out on course, please make sure you still stick to social distancing rules, okay? We don't want anybody running on somebody's shoulder. That is not what we want. We want to keep as much distance as possible. So even if you are on narrow sections, if it does come to overtaking, please wait till it widens out. Majority of the course is wide enough for plenty of space. What you will find then is when you come down to the finish line, it will be different to what you're used to, okay? There's not going to be crowds on the finish line. We want to discourage as much as possible for you to come to the finish line and then join and watch. We know you want to clap everyone through the finish line. We know we want everybody to enjoy the atmosphere like you can do with a normal race, but unfortunately things are slightly different. So because this is no average race and times have changed, your race will be based on time. So just because you are maybe first across the start line or finish line, it doesn't mean that you win the race, okay? It will go, your time will start as you cross the start mat, and your time will end once you cross the finish mat. Them times will automatically go on to full on sport, which is our timing guys, okay? So they will get all that up and live by the afternoon, okay? So please don't panic if the times are not on there straight away. Give a little bit of time and the times will be on there, and the times and the leaderboard rankings will be based on fastest time. Now, another thing that's a little bit different is the award ceremony. So usually we have an award ceremony where everybody gets prizes and we try and gather and create a bit of an atmosphere, but of course we cannot do this time around. So once we figure out who the top 3 female and top 3 male are after the event, we will then allocate prizes and you will receive it in the post, okay? Lastly, I just want to add a note that if you're unsure of anything, please go onto the website and check through the official written race guide. Also, again, I want a reminder to remember to get your number from the website prior to coming on the day. So I want everybody to enjoy the race. It's going to be a very good day, and we'll see you there.